Hi guys, Jack here from WildBounds, and I'm here with Matt from Horizon and Black and Blue. We're going to have a little chat about Black and Blue, which is your latest project. First of all, Black and Blue is these amazing rugby shirts you can see behind me. But I want to talk about, first of all, Black and Blue, the name. What's the sort of the
Bruises.
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 Right. Okay.
Black and Blue.
Fantastic.
Black and Blue is just all about. It is all about bruising, and yeah, getting out there and not being afraid to get bruised.
Okay.
Yeah, that, I mean, literally is Black and Blue.
And that's not just within rugby, is it? Really?
No. I mean, the connotations of wearing a rugby shirt are there, because it's a game which is prides itself on its alpha maleness and getting black and blue. But no, it is if you think about your childhood and you go back, you know, whether it's sort of British bulldogs or whether it's sort of falling off a climbing frame or you know, falling off your bike when you take the stabilisers off for the first time and you fall over, but you get back on the bike and you carry on doing it, and you might have grazed knees and, you know, bruises here and there, but it's it's just that whole thing is just getting on with it.
So we're talking rugby shirts. We're not just talking about rugby. Black and Blue applies to a whole lot more than that.
Yeah. I mean, it is a lifestyle brand. It's got its roots in rugby because it's a rugby shirt. But no, I mean, rugby shirts are like a staple of a wardrobe because they're outdoors. It's dog walking, it's gardening. It's, you know, I've grown up in rugby shirts. You know, it's like the thing that was battle ready for sort of, you know, 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds.
Yes.
You know, your mum wants to put you in something which, you know, is just going to be, you know, bulletproof.
You talk about old school, the inspirations for the individual styles themselves. What can you tell me about that?
Well, in these days, when you sort of you're trying to have a bit of a hook, of course, for a brand. I mean, rugby has a lot of history. So when you're taking a stand, you know, you want to put your you know, your flag in the sand and say, right, where do we start from? Well, to me, the formation is when rugby was codified as a sport.
Yes. And
that's 1871. So that's where the 1871 comes from. And these fantastic sports, you know, that were sort of, you know, football, the association rules, rugby, you know, cricket. They're all, you know, in the 19th century.
Of that era.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's that sort of pioneering that, you know, that we created these sports, and that's to be embraced as well. That people actually said, no, this is a fantastic game, but it's a mess because no one's actually codified any laws for the game.
Yeah.
So, you know, 1871 they did, and it was just a bunch of people getting together and saying, I dare say, over a few pints of mead, and the whole rugby it started off in a restaurant in Pall Mall.
Yes.
So, you know, they did it round a dinner table and said, let's sort of get on with it, and so you got, you know, 21 clubs who started it off, and unfortunately 13 of them you know, disbanded, and so we've taken those 13 and sort of breathed life into them again.
So we're talking about the materials and the manufacturing. Sort of mentioned sourcing high quality materials, which is sort of integral to these products. How do you ensure that quality?
Well, you have to start with you know, the right factories and people who really understand what it is you're trying to do, because, you know, you can source materials from all over the world, fabrics all over the world, but actually bringing it all together and making it work, and that can be with the embroiderers, it can be with, you know, the finishers, and even the sort of the parts of the machines that you're working with. You need to change them to make really, you know, what you're aiming for. We were after that sort of say that old school look and things looking stitched rather than overlock embroidery, and so, you know, things like that. But you say, if you've got the right partners who do understand it, it just makes things a lot easier. As far as the materials are concerned, yeah, I mean, you know, you're in their hands to source the best materials, and that's Portugal has that in spades, you know, because their history of manufacturing and they're past with, especially with cottons as well. So, you know, as far as that's concerned, you know, we try and do the very best quality we can, and that's the remit, but it's then bringing all those pieces together to make the final garment. Yeah.
We've spoken about their, using them. They're fit to play. They're fit for the pub and dog walk and stuff. What else can you see these shirts being used for? They're very much they're so well made and robust. They're fit for anything.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the great thing about a rugby jumper is I got asked the other day, I don't need these for the summer. I had to say to the guy, well, actually, they're perfect for the summer, because if you do go down the beach or something and then the sun goes in, you don't really want to take a jacket. It's not going to rain, but sometimes, especially in the UK, sun goes in, it gets a bit chilly, and actually you just want to throw over something, and a rugby jumper is absolutely perfect. So yeah, I mean, sailing, I mean, whatever it might be, it's just one of those pieces, for men and women and kids, it's just that kind of go-to thing, and that's what I wanted, was something that, was very practical, many uses, and you're going to get a lot of wear and tear out of it.
Yeah.
So not just a match day or match day in the pub or whatever, but this is a proper bit of kit.
Brilliant.
So for use for all outdoor activities, whatever they might be, equine or sailing or rugby, or say even if you're just walking the dog, it's perfect.